parent is in my session, first of all, I have to have such a great relationship with this parent that they trust me to use my time, judgment, expertise in a way it probably matches theirs, right? And that we both care about this child so much that we wouldn't waste time, energy, expertise, intention, none of that, right? So you first have to have rapport with that parent, like super strong rapport, that the parent has confidence in you and literally loves you and agrees with you in your approach, and you're a team together, right? So you have to work on that first. And as a therapist, you've got to train your therapist, especially the newer ones that don't have children, and understand how to relate parent to parent, right? That takes some years of experience, or it takes having a kiddo yourself, one or the other. So you've got to kind of do your best to train that up, a parent's point of view and what parents want or need from the relationship, right? And then when you have that relationship, that trust, the agreement on the approach to therapy and how to best help this child, what you've got to do is get permission from that parent. This is what makes most therapists feel okay. So I'm going to give you a little bit of a role play about how I would approach it. As a therapist, I'd come in with my computer and I'd go, "Hey, Holly," who's the mom. "Hey, Holly. So lovely to see you and your daughter today. I was so excited about our session today and what we're going to work on. But I want to share with you, I'm going to do a new approach in 2025. Like, I really have to make sure that I get all my documentation done on your cutie here every single time I see her. Because what I'm finding is I'm getting backed up in my documentation because I have so many kids back to back to back to back that I want to help. And I love talking to you and I love working with your daughter, that I forget to write her story in my documentation. And writing her story in my documentation, that's my treatment note, her story, is what I need to do to make sure your claims are paid. So my story is what your insurance company sees, and it needs to show what we did, the progress she's making, the consistency that you're coming every single week because you and I have a plan, Holly as the mom, and that we believe in this therapy and you're coming every single week and she's making progress, and they can see that in my treatment note. Now, if I don't write it during your session and I see 4 kiddos back to back, sometimes I forget, like, how many seconds did she stand on the right foot versus the left foot? And some details are lost if I wait until my lunch hour to get all of these written. And if I'm taking the time to jot notes on a piece of paper, I might as well put it in my computer. So I'm just sharing with you that treatment sessions might look a little different, and I'm going to be documenting during our session to make sure it's as accurate as it can be. Now, during that documentation time, I want to approach it in a couple of ways. One, we're going to give your cutie some time to make her own choices on what she wants to play with. Everything here is therapeutic. Everything here is going to make her better as a little one. And then I also want her practicing the skills that we're learning here, practicing for me to give feedback to her and for me to give feedback to you as mom or the caregiver. And I want you to practice it with her so that I can guide and instruct you to make sure you can carry over at home. So we're going to have more time where I'm going to remind myself to be less hands-on because I want my hands on her all the time. I just want to help. But we're going to spend a little bit less time on that and more time on her practicing and you helping her practice. So I can make sure that when you go home and you're carrying this over, that you have all my tips and tricks to carry that over at home. So those are the things that I want to share with you. It's really developing the relationship and actually having the conversation where you're going to give yourself permission to do the documentation and then actually talk through, well, what's that going to look like? Well, what are we going to be doing while you're documenting during this time? It's not wasted time. This is how we're going to use that time, and it's going to be beneficial for all involved in this session.